upstairs. And her storytelling. If I can get this camera. Nope. Come on. There. There's a prophecy 1,000 years old that the day of dragon riders would return and there would be a new queen born of dragon blood. The story begins in the cold mud and the rain. The woman was an old satyr merchant, pulling her cart from town to town. She had gotten stuck in the mud, perhaps on a rock. As she dug elbow deep into the cold slop, she found something very special. Warm to the touch, black and purple marbled, a dragon egg she found. She looks around to see if anyone was looking as she stashes it in her secret compartment of her cart. She heads to the old wizard's castle. He would know what to do with the egg. As she reaches the castle, she is surrounded by students from the school where they practice magic. She pulls the egg into view and everyone gasps. She walks up towards the ivory doors and knocks loudly. As she waits for the wizard, you can hear the children whispering under their breath. The wizard finally answers and sees what the gypsy woman was holding and quickly waves her in. They sit there looking at each other for what seems forever. In the silence, it was broken by the scratching sound. The wizard holds the egg up to the candlelight and what he sees, he's confused. Looked at like a human baby inside. He takes the egg to the hatchery, and the gypsy woman follows like a mother hen concerned for her clutch. As she places the egg into the incubator, he whispers to the woman. "This changes everything," he whispers. "We now have a chance to fight the darkness. Rest now, old woman. You have done your duty." The satyr woman has passed away in the night, but it didn't do so without leaving behind a few magical items for the new prince or princess. Months went by and the scratching sound got louder and more frequent. The egg was ready to hatch. It would be any day now. One morning, the students noticed a crack in the egg, and the wizard called school off for the day, but no one was interested in going home. Today, a princess was born, and she was so beautiful, with the tiny little horns and her sharp little teeth. She was going to be queen one day. Baby with teeth. I didn't think that through. Anyways, the princess grew faster than a normal child. She had been homeschooled because of this. She grew up lonely and shut in. She would try to play with the other children, but she was stronger and faster and smarter than all the other kids. She didn't really fit in. No one wanted to play with her anymore. She was bullied because she was different, so that she locked herself up in the wizard's library and buried her head in the books, studying magic and dragons, trying to find who her parents were. A few years had passed, and the wizard thought it'd be time to open the Colosseum and start the gladiator games. With the darkness encroaching, he thought it would be best to have everyone prepared. Opening day of the Colosseum, the wizard gave a speech. With a loud, booming voice, he said, "War is upon us, whether we like it or not," he says. "Our hopes lies with our children." And the crowd roars. He paired up the students according to age and skill, and the games began. When it came to the championships, it was time to bring out the princess. Like a proud father, he went backstage and gave his daughter a hug and good luck wishes. He says, "This is your birthright," he assures her. "Don't be afraid. Just be yourself." And as he hands over the staff and the orb that the old woman had left for her, they march out of the dark tunnel onto the dirt playing field. Everyone was in awe because the last time that they saw her, she was just a baby. Now she's a beautiful creature with the appearance of a 20-year-old woman. Long white shimmering hair, braided up tight, reaching her waist with bright purple eyes. And her horns and teeth have grown sharp. Battle after battle, she was undefeated. Year after year, she was an undisputed champion. She had earned the respect of her peers. Many people from different clans have come to challenge her and lost. One day, a masked stranger came to town, hooded and cloaked, claiming to be her equal. Many believed that he was a spy for the Wicked Witch, assessing her greatest threat. He signed up to battle at the Colosseum. When word got around, everyone in their family showed up to see this epic battle. As the battle began, it started to for a tit-for-tat, kind of flirty. He struck first blow with the fireball. She retaliated, engulfing him in a water sphere. He dispersed the water sphere with a tornado, and so on and so forth. The battle went on like this for a while. They both started to get tired, and it seemed there was no end to this. In a last-ditch effort for the princess, she dropped a huge boulder on the masked and hooded man. She did it out of anger and frustration, and instantly regretted her actions. As she rushed to his aid, she moved the boulder, and he had disappeared. The crowd gasped and sighed in relief when he had appeared behind her. She pinched her ass, and as she was startled, she instinctively reached back to slap him. He had grabbed her arm and surprised her with a kiss. As they kissed a deep, passionate kiss, they had forgotten where they were, and the stadium started to fill with water, and fireballs rained down into the water and fizzled out. After this endless kiss, he took off his hood and mask to reveal that he was just like her, with horns. His eyes were white and dark purple hair, staring back at her. He was also half dragon. The wizard declared a tie and sent everyone home. He invited the stranger into his home to learn more about where he came from. Like the princess, he knew nothing of his past, nor he had plans for the future. The man confessed that he was a spy for the witch and told them of her plans to attack the school. The prince had fallen in love with the princess and had decided to fight alongside her no matter what the cost. Months went by and no word from the wicked witch. Then suddenly a black rider came bearing a message for the wizard. The witch's army was heading this way, and they would be there by nightfall. Everyone geared up and armed themselves ready for the coming battle. The witch arrived riding a fearsome cohort, which is a wingless dragon, black and purple with electricity coming out of its mouth. The war drums started, and to the beat, everyone charged. The war drums started to beat, and everyone charged each other. The battle was bloody. Many died on both sides. Magic and swords clashed. The prince fought by the princess's side, and they were unstoppable, anticipating each other like a ballet. We managed to disarm the witch as she got thrown from her dragon. Her dark army suddenly stopped fighting, as if the only reason they were fighting was fear of the dragon. I had claimed the dragon for myself, and we imprisoned the witch in the catacombs under the city. For now, the city was safe. The threat of darkness was over, for we have won the battle. In the few years of peace following the war, the princess and the prince had gotten married and now was pregnant with 2 eggs. But that is just another story.